Do you sometimes find yourself looking in the mirror and seeing a man who feels a little invisible? Or perhaps you catch yourself comparing the vibrant, active person you once were to the man you are now. And a quiet ache settles in your chest. Maybe the world feels like it's speeding past, and you're just trying to keep up, wondering if your best years are behind you. The truth is, this feeling of less than, whether it's about physical strength, career relevance, or simply feeling like your voice doesn't carry the same weight, is a painful reality many men encounter as they navigate life after 60. It's a silent struggle, often hidden behind a brave face. But it's real, and it touches deeply at the core of who we are. But here's the secret: you are not alone in this feeling. And more importantly, it doesn't have to be your permanent reality. This isn't about recapturing your youth, but about rediscovering your power, purpose, and profound worth right now, exactly as you are. In this video, we're going to explore some transformative strategies and powerful mindset shifts that will help you redefine what it means to be a strong, valuable man at this stage of your life. Stick with me until the very end, because I've got something for you that might just surprise you and change your outlook entirely. Let's dive right into the first profound shift, a foundational step that can truly redefine how you see yourself, moving you from feeling less than to more than. For so many of us, for decades, our identity was inextricably tied to what we did. We were the engineer, the teacher, the craftsman, the salesman, the provider, the boss. Our schedules were dictated by work. Our conversations often revolved around our careers, and our sense of accomplishment was deeply rooted in our professional achievements. Then, suddenly, or gradually, that defining pillar begins to shift. Retirement beckons, or perhaps physical limitations mean you can't engage in the same activities you once did. Your children are grown, building their own lives, and your role as primary provider or protector might feel less central. It's a natural transition, of course, but it can leave a gaping hole, an echoing silence where a vibrant identity once stood. This isn't just about missing a paycheck, it's about missing a sense of purpose, a reason to get up in the morning that felt bigger than just yourself. The first strategy, then, is to consciously and courageously reclaim your identity beyond these traditional roles. It's about understanding that the richness of who you are extends far beyond your job title or your ability to lift heavy things. This is a powerful opportunity, a blank canvas, really, to rediscover passions that were put on hold, to explore new interests that pique your curiosity, or to dive deeper into hobbies you never had enough time for. Think back. What did you love to do before life got so busy? Was it tinkering in the garage, reading history books, sketching, playing an instrument, gardening, or perhaps volunteering? These aren't just ways to fill time. They are pathways back to parts of yourself that might have been dormant, waiting for this very moment to re-emerge. Take John, for example. He was a factory manager for over 40 years, a man who defined himself by efficiency and problem solving. When he retired, he felt a deep void. His wife suggested he try a community woodworking class, something he'd always enjoyed in high school but never pursued. Reluctantly, he went. Within weeks, John was transformed. He wasn't just cutting wood, he was creating, designing, and collaborating with others. He found a new sense of mastery, a new social circle, and most importantly, a profound sense of satisfaction that had nothing to do with deadlines or profit margins. He realized his identity wasn't lost, it had simply diversified. The actionable step here is to actively seek out these new avenues. It might start with a simple online search for local clubs, classes, or volunteer opportunities. It could be dusting off that old guitar or picking up a paintbrush. The key is to commit to trying something new, even if it feels a little awkward at first. Give yourself permission to be a beginner again, to learn and grow. not for external validation, but for the sheer joy of it. This isn't about replacing what you lost. It's about building a richer, more diverse self that encompasses all your experiences, past and present. Now, as men, our sense of self is often also deeply intertwined with our physical capabilities. The strong hands, the steady gait, the ability to do physical work, or engage in sports. These were hallmarks of our youth and prime. As the years advance, the body inevitably changes. Aches appear where there were none. Stamina isn't what it used to be. And the mirror might reflect a few more lines or a little less hair than you remember. This can lead to a quiet despair, a feeling that your body is letting you down, making you less than the man you once were. But here's the critical mindset shift. It's not about striving for the physical prowess of a 30-year-old. It's about cultivating vitality and capability for this stage of life. It's about moving from a mindset of loss to one of maintenance and appreciation for what your body can still do, and helping it do it better. This leads us to our second vital strategy, the power of intentional movement and nourishment. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder or running marathons if that's not your interest. It's about optimizing your physical self for comfort, energy, and the ability to enjoy life. Think about it. How much better do you feel when your body doesn't ache, when you have enough energy to tackle daily tasks, or when you can keep up with your grandchildren? This comes from consistent, gentle, and intentional movement. Start simple. Daily walks are incredibly powerful. Even 15 to 20 minutes a day, increasing gradually, can significantly improve circulation, mood, joint health, and energy levels. Consider low-impact activities like swimming, cycling, or even chair exercises that focus on mobility and strength. Bodyweight exercises like wall push-ups, squats using a chair for support, or simple stretches can maintain muscle mass and flexibility, which are crucial for preventing falls and maintaining independence. The goal isn't to break records, but to feel competent and comfortable in your own skin. David, a retired engineer, felt his body was failing him. His knees ached, and he'd gained weight. He started with just 10 minutes of walking each morning, slowly adding 5 minutes every week. He also committed to drinking more water and adding 1 more serving of vegetables to his daily meals. Within a few months, he was walking an hour a day. His knee pain had significantly decreased, and he felt a remarkable boost in his energy. He wasn't fit by conventional standards, but he felt functional and much more positive about his body. Nourishment plays an equally crucial role. What we put into our bodies directly impacts our energy, our cognitive function, and our overall physical well-being. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods, lean proteins to maintain muscle, plenty of colorful fruits and vegetables for vitamins and fiber, and healthy fats. It's not about restrictive diets, but about mindful choices. Hydration is often overlooked but vital. Simply drinking enough water throughout the day can impact everything from digestion to brain function. These aren't monumental tasks. They are small, consistent acts of self-care that accumulate into a profound feeling of physical capability and confidence. Now that we've talked about rekindling your personal identity beyond work and supporting your body's amazing capacity through intentional movement and nourishment, let's turn our attention to something equally vital for the spirit. Something that combats one of the most insidious feelings of being less than. That quiet isolation that can creep in. Next, let's address the profound human need for connection and contribution, which can feel diminished as we age, leading to a sense of being less than because our social circles might shrink, or our active roles in the community seem to fade. For many men, social interaction was often a byproduct of work, colleagues, clients, industry events. These provided a consistent stream of conversations and shared experiences. When that structure disappears, a vacuum can form. Friends might move away, Or sadly, some may pass on, leaving you feeling increasingly isolated. This isn't just about loneliness, it's about losing the sense of being seen, heard, and valued by others. It's about missing the give and take of meaningful relationships, which are as vital for our well-being as food and water. So, our third powerful strategy is to actively cultivate new connections and deepen existing ones, and to seek opportunities for contribution. This isn't about forcing friendships, but about opening yourself up to possibilities. Think about your existing relationships. When was the last time you reached out to an old friend you haven't spoken to in years? A simple phone call, a text message, or even a handwritten note can rekindle a dormant connection. Don't wait for others to initiate. Take the first step. You might be surprised how eager others are to reconnect, beyond existing circles. Look for new avenues for social engagement. This could be joining a local club or group centered around one of your new or rekindled interests, whether it's a book club, a historical society, a walking group, a local sports league, even a casual one, or a photography club. These shared interests provide a natural starting point for conversations and friendships. Consider places of worship or community centers. They often have programs specifically designed for seniors, offering a safe and welcoming environment to meet new people. Michael, who felt profoundly alone after his wife passed, found solace and eventually new friendships by joining a local gardening club. He started just showing up, then offered to help with some of the heavier lifting, and soon found himself chatting with others about plants, local events, and life itself. He discovered a vibrant community, and his sense of belonging returned. But connection isn't just about receiving, it's also profoundly about giving. The feeling of being less than often stems from a sense that you are no longer useful or needed. This leads us to a crucial aspect of connection contribution. As men over 60, you possess a wealth of experience, knowledge, and wisdom that is invaluable. There are countless opportunities to share this. Volunteering is a phenomenal way to contribute. Think about where your unique skills and life experiences could be of service. Could you mentor a young person starting in your former field? Could you help out at a local charity, a food bank, an animal shelter, or a school? Could you simply be a listening ear for someone struggling? The act of giving back, of knowing you are making a positive difference in someone else's life or in your community, is incredibly powerful. It shifts your focus outwards, away from your own perceived limitations, and instantly boosts your sense of purpose and worth. Robert, a former teacher, found tremendous joy and renewed purpose volunteering to read to children at the local library. He not only brought stories to life for the kids, but also discovered a deep sense of value in knowing he was still nurturing young minds. The laughter of the children and the grateful smiles of their parents filled a void he hadn't even realized was there. This naturally leads into our fourth powerful strategy, actively embracing your wisdom and experience. One of the most insidious ways we can feel less than is by internalizing the societal message that older means outdated or irrelevant. This couldn't be further from the truth. The years you've lived have equipped you with perspectives, resilience, and insights that younger generations simply haven't had the opportunity to acquire. You've navigated recessions, technological revolutions, personal triumphs, and heartbreaks. You've raised families, built careers, and witnessed profound changes in the world. This is not just history. It's a living library of knowledge. The challenge is to recognize the immense value of this personal history and to find ways to share it, not preach it. Think of yourself as an elder, a sage, a resource, rather than someone whose time has passed. How can you share your stories, your lessons learned, your perspectives? It could be through informal conversations with family members, particularly grandchildren who are often fascinated by stories of the old days. It could be by writing down your memories, joining a local storytelling group, or even offering to give talks at community organizations on topics you're passionate about or knowledgeable in. The key is to shift your perception of aging from a decline to an accumulation. You haven't lost anything. You've gained layers of experience. And these layers are precious. When you consciously choose to value your own journey, others will too. Tom, who worked in construction for decades, used to feel that his stories were just old man rambling. But when his grandson asked him how he built things before computers, Tom started sharing anecdotes about problem solving on the job site, the importance of teamwork, and overcoming physical challenges. His grandson was enthralled, and Tom realized his experiences weren't just memories. They were valuable lessons, inspiring others and cementing his role as a cherished family elder. This realization brought him immense pride and a deep sense of significance. It's about confidently owning your narrative and understanding that the unique path you've walked has shaped you into the profound individual you are today. Finally, we come to a strategy that underpins all the others, a crucial mindset shift that determines whether any of these other changes will truly take root and flourish. The mindset of self-compassion and gratitude. For many men, self-criticism is an ingrained habit. We're taught to be tough, to push through, to not complain. While resilience is valuable, it can morph into a harsh inner critic that constantly compares us to a younger, stronger, richer version of ourselves, or to what we perceive others are achieving. This relentless comparison is a thief of joy and a direct pathway to feeling less than. It focuses on what's lost, what's changed, what's not perfect, rather than what's present and what's possible. Self-compassion isn't weakness. It's a powerful act of strength. It means treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and patience you would offer a good friend who is going through a tough time. Acknowledge that the changes happening in your body and life are a natural part of the human experience. It's okay to feel frustration or sadness about them, but then move to acceptance and adaptation. Instead of berating yourself for not being able to run 5 miles, celebrate the fact that you can still enjoy a brisk walk. Instead of dwelling on a memory lapse, appreciate the vast reservoir of knowledge you still possess. A powerful daily practice is gratitude. It sounds simple, but its effects are profound. Each morning or evening, take a moment to list 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. They don't have to be monumental. It could be the warmth of your coffee, the sun shining through the window, a good conversation, the comfort of your home, or simply the ability to breathe freely. This practice rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity, on what you have rather than what you lack. It builds a reservoir of positive emotion that can sustain you through challenging moments. Michael, a man who had always been incredibly hard on himself, started this gratitude practice. He initially found it difficult, but as he persisted, he noticed a subtle shift. He began to appreciate small joys he'd previously overlooked. The taste of a home-cooked meal, the purr of his cat, a friendly wave from a neighbor. This shift didn't magically erase his physical limitations, but it profoundly changed how he felt about himself and his life. He began to see his worth not in external achievements or physical prowess, but in the simple act of living, connecting, and appreciating. And he realized he was not less than. He was simply evolving. And that evolution was a beautiful thing. We've explored so much together today, from reigniting your personal identity beyond the roles you've held, to intentionally moving and nourishing your body for vitality, to actively seeking out profound connections and opportunities for contribution. We've also delved into the immense power of embracing the wisdom you've accumulated and, finally, the transformative practice of self-compassion and gratitude. These aren't just isolated pieces of advice. They are interconnected threads that, when woven together, form a stronger, richer tapestry of self. And here's the surprise I promised you. The deeper insight that ties all of this together: the feeling of being less than after 60 isn't an inevitable destination. It's often a temporary state born from an outdated definition of your own value. The real truth is, Your worth hasn't diminished. It's simply transforming, becoming richer, deeper, and more nuanced. The surprise is realizing that you don't need to strive to be the man you were at 30 or 40. The incredible power, the profound more than, comes from shedding those old, limiting definitions and fully embracing the authentic. Evolving, wise man you are right now. Your value isn't about physical strength, or career status, or a certain bank account balance anymore. It's about your resilience, your wisdom, the stories you carry, the kindness you offer, the connections you build, and the unique perspective that only a life fully lived can provide. This transformation is your power. It's about letting go of what society, or even you yourself, once expected, and defining more than on your own terms. It's about realizing that the wrinkles on your face tell a story of laughter and tears, and the quiet strength in your eyes reflects a journey of triumphs and challenges. You are not a faded version of your past self. You are a richer, more complex, and perhaps even more interesting man. This journey of rediscovery and redefinition is ongoing, and every single step you take, no matter how small, adds to your strength and your sense of purpose. Remember, it is never too late to start. Small changes, consistently applied, can make a monumental difference to your health, your happiness, and your profound sense of self-worth. The man you are right now is just as vital, capable, and worthy as the man you were, perhaps even more so, because you have the priceless gifts of experience and perspective. I'd truly love to hear from you. What's one piece of advice from today that resonated most deeply with you? Or what's a challenge you've faced in this stage of life? And how have you started to overcome it? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story could be exactly what someone else needs to hear to feel less alone and more inspired. If this video sparked something in you, if it offered even a glimmer of hope or a fresh perspective, please give it a thumbs up. And for more conversations like this, more insights and encouragement to live your absolute best life at every age, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, true strength isn't about how much you can lift, or how much you earn, or how fast you can run. True strength, especially after 60, is about resilience, wisdom, genuine connection, and the quiet, undeniable power of simply being yourself, fully and authentically. You are not less than, you are, in so many profound ways. Truly, more than. Go out there and live your best life. Right now. At every age.